feels like the universe just doesn't want me to beat or to get to Stormblood. Last week we had the internet issue where internet keep dropping and coming back and dropping, come back, and then this week we have a power outage for a whole hour. But the internet can't, or the universe cannot stop me. I will get to Stormblood. Sadly, that seems like the only thing I'll be able to do today. Because I still got that meeting starts at 5 and I gotta have time to get there. So, let's get to it. We gotta finish this quest here. No Gradani, let's go. I changed my necklace. It's time. Ethernet. Let's go to Conjurers? Yeah, Conjurers. Let's go. We gotta deal with the far edge of fate. Yes, take me to the Lotus Stand. Hurry, quickly. Before any more problems occur.
My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done.
You are too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega, aye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed.
What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies above Girabania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight, until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan soil. I will not speak of the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such.
So Shinryu, not Bahamut.
This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Girabanian side of the border.
Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gordania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis system, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. You're not full of yourself, are you, Nero?
Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Girabania. Though Ilberd has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp.
Hey, Alphinaud. What's up?
You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour? Y'shtola and the others have gathered at Amarase's spire, and I imagine that you, too, would be interested to see what has become of the wall. Now the cocoon is gone. Ugh. These yawns. Ugh. It is decided, then. Lead on.
Alright, we go. Hawthorne Hut. Midgardsummer. Fly! Ah yes, this tower. Not much of a tower, if you ask me. Hello, Y'shtola. How do things go here?
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
Indeed.
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen.
He still resides in our hearts, and we carry him
I
forward
knew
with
the
us.
spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Huh? She reveals her face.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do.
Uh-huh.
But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too. And I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circuit of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
Is it? I feel like I'm missing something because I don't know who this Ida was before. Is that like from before the calamity?
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know.
Because I've only ever known the woman who stands before me, so this reveal isn't
Ida
much of a
died
reveal.
6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Why would it matter if she never told me? Like, I've only ever known her, not her sister. But sure.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
Okay.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker. We leave for the east, for Doma.
For Doma.
But does she leave for the east? It was brave of Lys to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalymo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell Tataru and my sister.
Indeed.
Ah, there we go. We finished all of the post-Heaven Sword content, it seems. Very good. Thank you to all who worked on it. Right, I can go. Oh. Ah, okay, we can just speed it up a little bit. Let me just remove everybody from the credits. Just Thanos snap all those names away. That would be rude. Nice music. Ah, yes, that time Estinian was Nidhogg. Talking with the dragons. Alright, well, it's enough. That's enough reminiscing. Let's at least say hello to Alishay here. He may have mentioned, but Alphino has apprised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. The storm. Blood? Lys has chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Girabania, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom, but indolence. Correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. As I rather suspect, do you? Well, I certainly am eager to get into the next expansion. That's for sure. Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face their retribution. It is almost time, Father.
Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin.
I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me.
Very well, Ilberd. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us.
Hold up, hold up.
My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues, though both yet elude us, my lord. Their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend. Your will be done.
He didn't even say anything.
Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu. And that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting.
He's got a giant pearl on his head. Wait, is that your face under the mask?
At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood.
Gathering storm of blood is right.
Beyond the Great Wall.
But, alas, it will have to wait until next time. Stupid power outage. Gah! But we did it. We made it to Stormblood. We just have to wait a week. It's fine. It's fine. But hey, Monday we'll be playing some more Forspoken. Wednesday, probably Wolong. And then next Saturday, jumping into Stormblood. Yeah. We've got 5, 9. There's a lot of quests in Stormblood. A lot of content to go through before we can get to post Stormblood in order to get to Shadowbringers, and then post Shadowbringers, and then Endwalker. A lot of content. But we've also been through a lot already to get here. So, here we are. At the cusp of another expansion. But I will see you next mission. Bye-bye.